Hello guys, in this video we are going to look into Edgeworth box. Edgeworth box is associated with welfare economics. Welfare economics is the branch of economic theory that deals with the social desirability of alternative economic states. In this video we will look into what is Edgeworth box, how do we draw it, and property of Edgeworth box, and how do Edgeworth box is used in social welfare economics, and how do we derive Pareto optimal condition using Edgeworth box. Talking about the basic definition of Edgeworth box, in economics, an Edgeworth box is a graphical representation of a market where we just have two commodities X and Y and two consumers. Assume a world with no production with fixed endowments of X and Y. So X and Y are fixed and there are no production and it has to be distributed between two consumers. So now if you look into the world from individual A perspective, A is consuming good X and Y and we need to find out what is the optimal quantity it can consume. For that, usually utility curve is used and indifference curve. So this figure shows indifference curve of A in terms of good X and good Y. So this is utility curve of good X for A for good X and Y indifference curve. Now we will look from the perspective of B. B is the another individual and for B consume X and Y, and for B indifference curve is shown in the graph in red. So now we have A's indifference curve for good X and Y, we have B's indifference curve for good X and Y, and we know X and Y is limited, there is no production of it. So quantity of X and Y is fixed. So what would be the optimum consumption for A and B given the age preference, which will be depicted by age indifference curve, and given the B's preference, which will be depicted by B's indifference curve. So in order to find that out, what contract curve, this is the initial creation that how do we move to contract curve. We merge age indifference curve and B's indifference curve. So left side curve, what you can see on the screen in purple is age indifference curve, and B we will invert, and the blue and upper side shows the B's indifference curve. So this is the first step to draw your Edgeworth box. The box, what you can see, it's called Edgeworth box, and it contains both preferences in terms of indifference curve for consumer A and consumer B. Now how do we find the equilibrium where we know what is the optimum quantity? So equilibrium is a condition in which all agents are making optimal consumption decision at the same time given your resources are fixed. So in the exchange economy, it is sufficient to have an allocation in which it is impossible to increase one consumer's utility without decreasing the other consumer's utility. So this is where we achieve the Pareto optimality. So in contract curve, we will try to find out using Edgeworth box, we'll try to find out the optimal consumption for A and B, where both achieve when this condition is achieved. If you go further away from this, you will either have to increase or decrease one consumer utility, which will not be Pareto optimal. So this will only occur graphically wherever your consumer indifference curves are tangent. So in our we have just seen that in Edgeworth box we are drawing A and B's both utility indifference curve. So now when do we find the optimal quantity where A and B both find their optimal consumption? That is where wherever your consumers indifference curves are tangent. So blue is the B indifference curve, and you can see the purple one is the A's indifference curve. So wherever they are tangent, that gives you the optimal point, that gives you the optimal consumption point. So given your budget constraint, so right now we have not introduced it here, but you will have a different utility curve where A will consume a different bundle of goods. So wherever A's and B's in difference curve are tangent, you get a optimal quantity. So you get a different bundle where you point, you can see your delta, gamma and epsilon. The point where you are getting a optimal bundle, if you join all these points, so joining up these points are called Pareto efficient points. If you join all these points, it will yield the contract curve. So your contract curve is by joining all the Pareto optimal efficient point on in your Edgeworth box. So curve connecting all Pareto efficient allocation is known as efficient allocation, and that efficient allocation is in turn known as your contract curve. Now we will look into indifferent economy. How do we achieve equilibrium for in your Edgeworth box? So in your exchange economy, where your concern is related to utility, consumer, how much consumer consumes and how can you achieve your maximum or optimal utility. So for that, at each point on contract curve, your marginal rate of substitution for A and B are equal, because both for your optimal point, your utility curve for A and B are tangent to each other. So marginal rate of substitution for A and B will be equal. So marginal rate of substitution, is for X and Y. Your goods X and Y will be equal to price of X divided by price of Y. And similarly, marginal rate of substitution for B will be price of X and price of Y. Since price of X divided by price of Y is equal, your marginal rate of substitution for A will be equal to marginal rate of substitution for B. So marginal rate of substitution can also be equal to your marginal utility divided by marginal utility of Y. So in the graph, you can see utility of A and utility of B are tangent to each other at the point wherever your Pareto optimal point is. So that tangent, you get your marginal rate of substitution, which is nothing but Pxy Py. So the line tangent to this gives you Pxy Py, which is nothing but your marginal rate of substitution. So this is what happens in your exchange economy equilibrium in your Edgeworth box. So next we'll see the production economy equilibrium. In production economy equilibrium, you need to find out the optimal mix of labor and capital. So at each point of contract curve, marginal rate of technical substitution for product X and Y are equal. So product X and Y need two input, which is your labor and capital, and you need to find out optimal mix of labor and capital which can be used to produce your product X and product Y. So marginal rate of technical substitution for X should be equal to marginal rate of technical substitution for Y. So marginal rate of technical substitution for X is W by R, which is your wage divided by rent. And similarly, marginal rate of technical substitution for Y will also be equal to wage divided by rent. So looking into graph, you have total amount of capital and total amount of labor, and X production curve will be tangent to Y production curve, and at tangent you will have your marginal rate of technical substitution, which will be W by R wage divided by rent. Next we will see how will we draw Edgeworth box step by step. Now consider two consumers A and B, and we have two goods X and Y in exchange economy. Initial endowment of consumer A and B. So A and B, A have 6 quantity of X and 10 quantity of Y, and your utility curve of A is indifference curve is XY. Similarly for B, B has X equal to 10 and Y is equal to 2, and indifference utility is equal to X to the power root X into root Y. Now, so quantity of X and Y is fixed. There is no production in economy. So total number of X will be what X has initially and what A has initially and what B has initially. So total number of X will be 6 plus 10 equal to 16, and total number of Y is equal to 10 plus 2 equal to 12. So we have this information, we know initial endowment, we know the utility curve of A and B. Now we will draw the Edgeworth box based on this information. So for A we have drawn the axis. Now for B we will draw. A 0 will be here for A, and then for B we will have 0, and we know Y, total Y we have 12, and then we know total X we have 16. Now for A we know initial endowment is 6 and 10. So we will draw our point for initial endowment, which is somewhere 6 and 10, and for similarly for B initial endowment is 10 and 2, which will be drawn. Now we similarly we know the indifference curve for A and B, and those curve can be drawn, and then we can find out where this curve are tangent to each other. So in order to find out where this curve are tangent to each other, slope of utility of A will be equal to slope of utility of B. So contract curve will be all the points that A's indifference curve are tangent to B's indifference curve. So slope of the indifference curve at the tangency are equal. So when indifference curve are tangent, A's marginal rate of substitution will be equal to B marginal rate of substitution. So marginal utility of good X divided by marginal utility of good Y equal to your du by dx and your utility in terms of differentiated in terms of dy. There are three conditions for general equilibrium. Consumption efficiency, where we have marginal rate of substitution for x good X and Y will for A will be equal to marginal rate of substitution for other consumer B in terms of good and X and Y, which will be equal to price of X divided by price of Y. Then we have production efficiency, where marginal rate of technical substitution for good X in terms of capital and labor, it will be equal to marginal rate of technical substitution for good Y in terms of capital and labor will be equal to wage divided by rent. Then product mix efficiency will be marginal rate of substitution for A in terms of good X and Y will be equal to Px divided by Py. So welfare economics, we have two fundamental theorems. The first fundamental theorem of welfare economics, if all markets are perfectly competitive, the allocation of resources will be Pareto efficient. The second fundamental theorem of welfare economics is any Pareto efficient allocation can be obtained as outcome of competitive market processes, provided that economic initial endowment of resources can be redistributed via lump sum taxes and subsidies among agents. So what we have seen in Edgeworth works right now, consumers have initial endowment, but in order to achieve optimal utility, the resources are distributed accordingly, and then Pareto optimal conditions are derived using Edgeworth box, where we have contract curve. So we'll just look into one example now. Consider A and B are two consumer, and A has initial endowment of X equal to 6 and Y is equal to 4, and B has initial endowment of X equal to 2 and Y is equal to 2. A utility curve is UA is ln X plus 2 ln Y, while B utility curve is ln Y plus 2 ln X. Now marginal rate of substitution for A, if we try to find out for A, that will be your differentiation of u with respect to x and y, which will give you 1 by x into 2y divided by 2 by y, which is nothing by y by 2x. And marginal rate of substitution we'll try to define. It will be du by with respect to x and y, so that will give you x by 2y. Now we know for deriving the Pareto optimal point, marginal rate of substitution for S, so A should be equal to marginal rate of substitution for B. Hence, this will give you nothing but x square is equal to y square. So YA into XA into XB is equal to YA into YB. Now we know XA, which is XA and YA, XB and YB. So now we know XA plus XB is nothing but 8 and YA plus YB is nothing but 6. 4 plus 2. So now we will put these two equations into this. We'll feed it here and derive the contract curve. So just solving these two, we will get something. So we will get something like YA is equal to 3 by 4 XA. So this is nothing but a straight line. So if you want to draw this in your contract curve, so this will something goes like this for A, or even for B, because it's your contract curve. So in your Edgeworth box, this is how you can also derive it in terms of YB and XB by solving these equations. So this is how you derive what is your contract curve looks like. So just to reiterate it again, how do you derive your contract curve? You will have initial endowment given for A and initial endowment given for B. So in terms of initial endowment, you know one equation, which is nothing but your x plus xa plus xb and xyb plus yb for both of goods. and then you should have the utility given for A and utility given for B. When we have these information, we know for Pareto optimal point, your marginal rate of substitution for A is equal to marginal rate of substitution for B. So you will differentiate utility of A with respect to X and Y, and which will be equal to differentiation of utility of B with respect to X and Y. You will equate both of them and then you will get an equation. Once you get this equation, you have earlier these two equations that will result, after solving this, you will get your contract curve equation. So that was it for your Edgeworth box. In this session, we looked into Edgeworth box, what it is and how it is used in welfare economics to derive your Pareto optimal points, and what is contract curve, how do we draw Edgeworth box, what is initial endowment, how do we use it, and then how do we derive contract curve. We saw one example, how do we derive the equation for contract curve. So this is all for today. Thank you.